had to be the shot maker and do the yeoman's task.
That is win number 60 for Efren Reyes. Strickland has 67.
And we've had our cameraman lean in here and examine the score. And, I know who he's rooting for.
You can bet on that.
I'd like to see his countrymen win, but as long as it's this close to 70, he might let Earl win these 3 games real quick and have Efren come back tomorrow and win. Yeah, Efren finally didn't knock the ball in the break, but the fact that that ball barely got to the pocket and was the last one rolling, coming around the table, it doesn't bode well for him having good results time after time on the break. And it's not that he's hitting it bad. He just does not have the same power that this Strickland kid has.
It's just been a bad night for Efren Reyes.
That really hasn't. He's played remarkably well. He just hasn't had the good opportunities. So, yeah, if the pool guards aren't on your side, you're not going to do anything about it.
What happened there, Mike?
That's what we call a miss. I think maybe just a little bit of fatigue setting in, and believe me when I tell you that was not an easy shot. It looks like it'll go right in, but then they make so many of the other ones you think they're easy, but they're not. We've had very few misses tonight. I'm a believer that this might be the most difficult game or sport on earth. It's so hugely physical as well as mental. It's not like lifting weights or something where if you're just strong, you're strong. You don't really have to have the terrific mind to go with it and the constant concentration and strategy to employ. And in this game, if you don't train, it really shows up as well. No matter how much knowledge you have, you're constantly fine-tuning and honing your stroke. You won't be able to execute well enough to make all your knowledge count.
I think the mental fatigue really, or the mental factor, is a major portion of this game.
By all means.
Because once that gets away, the physical factor goes with it, follows suit.
You're exactly right. And for that reason, there's no such thing as an easy shot in pool. There's some that might be less difficult, but if you treat them as easy, then you tend to mentally give up or let up just a hair, and that's all it takes to miss in this game. Human nature is we're basically lazy, so we get one where it's easy, we kind of shift to a lower gear a little bit.
We get careless. Game's now 67 for Strickland, 61 for Efren Reyes.
And tomorrow night, 7? Okay. Or 7:30. 7:30?
Welcome back to Ridgeway's Bar and Restaurant here in Hong Kong, the venue of this terrific match between two great players, Efren Reyes of the Philippines and Earl Strickland of the United States. Score stands at 67 for Strickland and 61 for Efren Reyes.
Well, Efren made a ball right in on the break, which has been unusual here in the last hour or two. But not much of a reward. Yeah, not much of a reward. He's lining up a position, and I think it's where he would like to have the cue ball go. I think the one ball will go anywhere. I see. Well, he showed me a little speed. Almost made the cut shot and obtained position. And despite the fact that he missed, he was playing safe as well. That was one of those two-way shots. Earl says his nerves are bothering him a little bit.
The game should have progressed. The game stayed in limbo.
He's fairly agitated. Well, he gave it a tremendous go, making that ball. Seems like when he gives a little speech or soliloquy, he comes around and really gives a maximum effort on that next shot, doesn't he?
As you said, it's his way of letting off steam. And
I think I'm going to give that a try. Well, once again, terrible, difficult shot. And, Efren hasn't been overly rewarded for it.
Well, he's been digging deep into his bag of tricks, and we just hope he doesn't run out.
I want to tell you what the problem here is. The 8 ball is going to be struck by the cue ball after he tries to pocket the 2. And you have to come off the 8 ball just right, and it requires quite a bit of concentration. But if you let up on pocketing the 2 ball at all, you'll miss this in an effort to play the cue ball properly. So this shot has an added dimension of difficulty. He's executed it flawlessly. You really have to stay focused on those shots because that 8 ball just looms so large in your line of vision. Efren pocketed the 4 ball full authority. Sure, he's feeling a heck of a lot better about this rack.
Well, he's trailing by 6 now. He's gaining some ground.
He's just pecking away. It's kind of the tortoise and the hare story here.
But he's got to have a good flurry here to be able to put the pressure on Earl Strickland.
Well, he's got a little work in front of him here. He's going to have to use a little power to get the cue ball down there because he's so straight in on the 8. Extremely well executed. He made that look a lot easier. He moved the cue ball 7.5 feet plus the 3.5 feet at the wrong angle coming into the object ball. It looked easy, but it's not.
Yeah. And he narrows the gap again to just a 5-game advantage for Earl Strickland. Score stands 67-62.
This is a tremendous fight. This match may not even be long enough at this length to really have a...
Well, the two protagonists have really shown us high-class play all throughout.
Well, he went back to his favorite spot. And isn't it kind of funny how all of us, you go back to that comfort spot that you like, even though you maybe are getting some results elsewhere, it's hard. It's hard to make yourself go over.
Well, Earl saying some nice words about Efren Reyes.